Hello everyone, I am Jagdish. Today in this session I am going to take up one of the important topics from your second PUC English workbook, that is pronouns. I think you have already learned this in your school days, but still you have to study this even in PUC level. Still you have to know what is a pronoun. So let's understand what is a pronoun. The word pronoun consists of two words, pro and noun. The word pronoun consists of two words, pro and noun. What do you mean by pro? What do you mean by this word pro? Pro is nothing but instead of. Pro means instead of. So instead of what? Instead of noun. So now you can understand what is a pronoun. Pronoun is a word used instead of noun. So a pronoun is a word used instead of noun. Pronoun replaces a noun, and pronoun is also used to avoid odd repetitions of noun in a sentence. So I hope you have understood what is a noun. Let's understand pronoun with some examples. So here I have written a few examples to make it easy for you to understand this topic. First one, John went to Delhi. The first definition that I gave you for pronoun is, a pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. Here in the first example, John is a noun. Now, as I told you, a pronoun is a word used instead of noun. So, how can we write this sentence using a pronoun? Here, John went to Delhi. Here, instead of this noun, we can use he, so that he is a pronoun. So, he went to Delhi. He went to Delhi. So which means here the word he refers to the person John. Similarly, in the second example, as I told you, as I gave you the second definition, a pronoun replaces a noun in a sentence. Like in the second example you have, I met Lily in a theater. Let's see how a pronoun replaces a noun here. Here, I met. Lily is the noun, a proper noun. So now here, we must have a pronoun to replace this word, to replace this noun, Lily. So what is that word? I met her in a theater. I met her in a theater, which means here the word her is a pronoun that is used to replace the noun Lily. So Lily is the proper noun, and that noun has been replaced by the pronoun her. And the third definition that I gave you is, a pronoun is also used to avoid the odd repetitions of noun in a sentence. You just see the last example. My sister's baby is very clever. My sister's baby recognizes its mother. In the first sentence, I have told you my sister's baby is very clever. How do you say that? Because my sister's baby recognizes its mother. In the third example, you can see there is a repetition of the noun, my sister's baby. First I have, in the first example, you have my sister's baby. Again it has been repeated even in the second sentence. My sister's baby is very clever. My sister's baby recognizes its mother. So now, as I told, a pronoun is also used to avoid the odd repetitions of noun in a sentence. Instead of this phrase, my sister's baby, we can use it. So the word it can replace this noun, my sister's baby. Thus, you can avoid the odd repetitions of noun in a sentence using pronouns. So what is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word which we use instead of noun. Pronoun that replaces the noun, and pronoun is also used to avoid the repetitions of the noun. Okay students, we have learnt what is a pronoun and we have understood that topic, understood that concept. Now let's understand the kinds of pronouns. Pronouns are divided into different kinds, but here we are going to discuss some of the very important and commonly used kinds of pronoun. So let's take the first one, personal pronoun. Personal pronoun. The words like I, we, you, he, she, it and they are known as personal pronouns. So these words are known as personal pronouns because they stand for three persons. First person, they stand for three persons. First person, second person and third person. So now, what is first person, second person, third person? Let's understand. A pronoun used for the person who speaks is known as first person. Pronoun used for the person who speaks is known as first person. So under first person you have I and we. I and we. So the second person, a pronoun used for the person spoken to is known as second person. So here in second person you have the word you. So you comes under second person. Third person, a pronoun used for the person spoken of. Used for the person spoken of is known as third person. So in third person you have the pronouns like he, she, it and they. So in first person you have I and we. First person means the person who speaks. In second person you have you, and second person means the person spoken to. And in the third person you have he, she, it and they. Third person, the person spoken of. So here in the first person, I is singular and it is used for both masculine and feminine gender, whereas we is plural. We is plural, and this is also used for both genders, masculine and feminine. And again, I and we are used for the subjective case, whereas me and us, these are used for the objective case for the first person subject. So I and we are used for subjective case, and me and us are used for the objective case, whereas me and us used as objective case for the first person I and we. So in second person you have you, and this word you is both singular and plural. Singular and plural. It depends upon the usage and the context. So here you is used for both subjective and objective case. And in the third person you have he, she, it. So these he, she, it are third person singular pronouns, whereas you have only one plural pronoun in third person narrative, that is they. He, she, it are singular pronouns in third person, and they is the only plural pronoun in third person narrative. He is used for masculine gender, and him for him is used in the objective case, whereas she is used for the feminine gender, and her, the word her is the objective case. So she is subjective, whereas her is objective. And the next one, the word it, and it is used for animals and things, and this word it is used for both subjective and objective case. So the last one, they, is used for all genders, and they is subjective, whereas them is objective. So they is subjective and them is objective. So these pronouns are known as personal pronouns because they stand for three persons: first person, second person and third person. Once again I'll tell you, first person is a person who speaks, second person the person spoken to, and the third person the person spoken of. I hope you have understood personal pronouns. Let's go to the next kind, reflexive pronouns. So next one is reflexive pronoun. So what is reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronoun is a pronoun used with the word self or selves. Reflexive pronoun is a word used with self or selves to reflect. Reflexive means to reflect. So you should understand, reflexive pronoun is a word used with self or selves to reflect the action of the very on the subject. Like I have told you, reflexive pronoun is a word used with self or selves. So what are they? I'll write, like you have him plus self, himself, and her plus self, herself, them plus selves, themselves, our plus selves, ourselves, your plus self, yourself, your plus selves, yourselves. The word used with self or selves to reflect the action of the very on the subject is known as reflexive pronouns. You just see the examples here. First one, we must know ourselves. So here you have the reflexive pronoun ourselves. So it is used with the word selves to reflect the action of the very on the subject. We, plural pronoun, we must know ourselves. So here the pronoun our is used in the objective case, and ourselves is the reflexive pronoun, and it is used to reflect the action of the very on the subject. Next, he blamed himself. He blamed himself. Whom is he blaming? He is blaming himself. He blamed himself for the delay. So he is blaming himself for one of his mistakes. And in the last one, I saw myself. So here you just see, you can't repeat some nouns like, I'll just write Raju saw Raju in the mirror. See the last one, Raju saw Raju in the mirror. Here I have repeated the noun Raju. Raju saw Raju. So if you repeat the same subject, it sounds very odd. So what we have to do is, we have to avoid using the same as it looks odd when we use that. So Raju saw Raju. Instead of this, we have to say Raju saw himself in the mirror. Or if you have any feminine gender here, Rani saw herself in the mirror. It is not Rani saw Rani in the mirror. It is Rani saw herself in the mirror. Raju saw himself in the mirror. So I saw myself. So I saw myself in the mirror. Here myself, himself and ourselves are some of the examples for reflexive pronoun. So I'll repeat, reflexive pronoun is a pronoun used with self or selves to reflect the action on the subject. So I hope you have understood this. Let's move on to the next type. So Let's see the next one, emphatic pronouns. What is an emphatic pronoun? An emphatic pronoun is a word used for the sake of emphasis. So here for emphatic pronouns, we can take the same example that we had for the reflexive pronouns like himself, himself, herself, herself, themselves, themselves and ourselves, etc. So same examples can be taken here, which means same words can be taken here, but here those pronouns are used for the sake of emphasis. For example, let's understand this. I myself showed you the path. I myself showed you the path. Here, I myself showed you the path. Here, you could have said, I showed you the path, but there is no emphasis. You are not emphasizing on your action. Here, I is the subject, I, myself, he is emphasizing on his action, what he has done. He has showed someone the path. Here, he is emphasizing and says, I myself showed, no one else. He himself showed him the path. So he says, I myself showed you the path. Like that, these emphatic pronouns are used for the sake of emphasis. Let's see another example. You yourself can explain it to me. So you just see here, you can say, you can explain it to me, but you are emphasizing on his capability. So you say that you have some capability and you yourself can explain it to me, because he knows something. You know that you have that capability and you yourself can explain. So he is emphasizing on that particular action. He is emphasizing on his capability, on his strength. And we ourselves spoke to the PM. So here we ourselves. So here the word ourselves is used for the sake of emphasis. We spoke to the PM, Prime Minister. You could have said like that, we spoke to the PM. But you are using this word to emphasize on some act that is already done by you. So we ourselves spoke to the Prime Minister. So like this, these words are used for the sake of emphasis. That is the reason why they are known as emphatic pronouns. Let's move on to the next one. Demonstrative pronouns. So what is demonstrative pronoun? Demonstrative pronoun is a word used to point out a person or thing that we talk about is known as a demonstrative pronoun. So demonstrative pronoun is used to point out a person or thing, anything for that matter, that we talk about is known as demonstrative pronoun. So let's understand this with some examples. Like the words like this, these, that, those, such, etc. So these words are known as demonstrative pronouns. This, these, that, those, such, etc. Now let's see. This is my friend's house. See this example. This is my friend's house. Looking at a particular house or a home and pointing out that building, that house, I say this is my friend's house. So here the word this is used to point out a house. I can say this is my pen. When I say this is my pen, I am pointing out this object and say this is my pen. So there the word this is used to point out some object. So this is a demonstrative pronoun. So next you can say these are my teacher's books. Teacher's books. Pointing out to certain books, you say, these are my teacher's books. So the word these is used to point out some books. And you can also say, that land belongs to my father. So there, that is a demonstrative word. And you can also say that she is such a good girl that I like her. There you have two demonstrative pronouns. She is such a good girl. Such is a demonstrative word. Such a good girl that I like. That is also a demonstrative pronoun. That I like. So the words like this, these, that, those, such are known as demonstrative pronouns because they are used to point out persons or things that we talk about in a sentence. So let's see the next one. So now you have indefinite pronoun. So what is an indefinite pronoun? As the word indicates, indefinite, something which is not specified, something which is indefinite. So an indefinite pronoun is a word used to talk about the person or thing indefinitely is known as indefinite pronoun. So what are the indefinite pronouns? Like one, someone, something, no one, nothing, several, few, a few. So these are known as indefinite pronouns. Because when you use these words in a sentence, the subjects that we talk about are not specified. Because when I say no one can live without money, no one can live without money, I am not referring to any person here. No one, I have just said no one. Am I referring to any particular person? No. No one. No one can live without money. So anybody for that matter. Anyone can be. So anyone on earth. So I am referring to each and everyone. There is no specific subject, specified person. So no one can live without money. Nothing can be achieved. Nothing can be achieved without a strong desire. So here in this sentence, nothing can be achieved without a strong desire. I am not talking about any specific achievement here. I am not talking about the second PUC examination here. I have not said that second PUC exams cannot be passed or cannot be achieved without a strong desire. If I say so, then that is a specific achievement. So here nothing can be achieved. There is no specific achievement here. So nothing is an indefinite pronoun because it is not specified. We are talking indefinitely. So it is known as indefinite pronoun. And next, here if I say someone escaped from the prison, if I say someone escaped from the prison, we don't know who the person was he, but someone. Many prisoners were there, among them one person. We don't know who is he, but one person escaped from the prison. So here someone is an indefinite pronoun. So these words are known as indefinite pronouns because when we use these words when we speak or in some sentences, when we use in our sentences, the subjects or the objects that we talk about are not specified. So that is the reason why they are known as indefinite pronouns. So let's move on to the next type. So now you have interrogative pronoun. What is an interrogative pronoun? An interrogative pronoun is a word used to make question. An interrogative pronoun is a word used to make question is known as an interrogative pronoun. So the words like who, whom, which, what, when, etc. Questioning words. Interrogative words are known as interrogative pronouns. So here who is known as father of the nation, question mark. So the word who is an interrogative pronoun and here this word is used to make a question. So who is known as the father of the nation? So like this you can make questions using these interrogative pronouns. Then whom do you want to see? See, whom is another interrogative pronoun. Now here in this sentence we have used this word whom to make a question. Whom do you want to see? Next, which is your famous work? Which is your famous work? Here which is an interrogative pronoun. So like this, using these interrogative pronouns you can make questions. So these words are used to make questions. So that is the reason why they are known as interrogative pronouns. Let's see the next one. So the next one is relative pronoun. So what is a relative pronoun? Relative pronoun is a word used to combine or relate sentences or clauses together is known as a relative pronoun. So the words like who, what, as, whom, but, that, these words are known as relative pronouns. The words who, what, as, whom, but, that, etc. are known as relative pronouns. Let's see the examples now. The man who helped you is my brother. The man who helped you is my brother. So as I told, a relative pronoun is a word used to relate or combine sentences or clauses together. Like you can see here, the man who, here the word who is a relative pronoun and it is used to relate. The man who helped you, to relate, this word has been used. The man who helped you is my brother. So the word who is used to relate. And next one, the girl whom you wanted to marry is a teacher. Here the word whom is a relative pronoun. And next one, so here she gave me such a reply. Here the word such is a relative pronoun. So she gave me such a reply as I expected. So here as is also a relative pronoun. You have two relative pronouns here, such and as. She gave me such a reply as I expected. So thus these words are used to combine or relate sentences or clauses together in a sentence is known as relative pronoun. I'll repeat once again, these words are known as relative pronouns because they are used to combine or relate sentences or clauses together. So dear students, we have discussed some of the very important types of pronouns. We have studied what is a pronoun and we have also learned the different kinds of pronoun. Now this is the time to see how the questions related to this topic pronouns are asked in your examination. So I must tell you this topic pronouns carries 4 marks in your examination and it is very easy concept. If you just understand how the questions will be asked and how to answer for that particular question, 4 marks is there in your pocket. It is very easy, you can score 4 out of 4, but you should know how to answer for this. So the question related to this topic pronouns will be appeared in the question number 34. 34th question is related to this topic pronouns and it carries 4 marks. So now let's see how the question will be asked in your examination. So now I am going to take one example from the previous year question paper, that is 2020 question paper. So let's see the example now. So this is how the question related to this topic pronoun will be asked in your examination. So it will come in the 7th main and 34th question. And they ask, what do the underlined words in the extract refer to? So here you have 4 underlined words. First one who, here, he and this. And these underlined words have been given here So that what you have to do is, as they have asked, what do the underlined words in this extract refer to? You are not supposed to write the kinds of pronouns here. So here they have not asked you to write. So who is a relative pronoun. If you write who is a relative pronoun, it is wrong. It is not that they have asked. And here if you say he, personal pronoun, if you write personal pronoun for this and this demonstrative pronoun, it is wrong. You are not supposed to write the kinds of pronouns here. You are supposed to write what do these words in the extract, in the following extract, refer to. I'll just tell you how to answer this particular question. Let's read the paragraph once. I'll just read for you people. Here, Huyen Sang came to India to learn about people who lived here. He came walking through the mountains facing all the odds. He was always dressed in a strange attire and this amused people around him. So if you just read this paragraph, you can understand, you can answer. Let's see. Huyen Sang is the person, a traveler. Huyen Sang came to India to learn about people. He has traveled all the way to India just to learn about people who lived here. Here in this sentence you have two underlined words. So let's take the first one, who. We have to write what does this underlined word refer to. So Huyen Sang came to India to learn about people, who lived here. Here means where? Where did he come? Where did Huyen Sang come? He came to India, which means the word here refers to India. And in the first one, who. This word refers to whom? People who lived in India. He came all the way to India to learn about people who lived here. Who lived in India? Not Huyen Sang. He is a traveler. Indians. So that here in this extract, first underlined word who refers to people, which means here you just have to write people. If you identify the answer and write the answer here, you will get 1 mark. So the word who refers to people, and here where? In India. Where did he come? He came to India. So the word here refers to India. So here you just have to write India. Let's see the next. He came walking through the mountains facing all the odds. When he had traveled to India, he has faced many odds. And he was always dressed in a strange attire. Who dressed in a strange attire? The attire means dressing code, the dress or the clothes you wear. So he was always dressed in a strange attire. Who dressed in a strange attire? Huyen Sang. Who came to India? Huyen Sang. So here the underlined word he refers to Huyen Sang. Here you just have to write Huyen Sang. Huyen Sang. And next, the last one, this. He was always dressed in a strange attire and this amused people around him. You must understand here, Huyen Sang came to India to learn about the people who lived in India, not to amuse people. Amusing, to entertain, make them happy. But people, those who saw Huyen Sang, they were amused not by Huyen Sang, but the dress he wore. So here the underlined word this refers to his attire, his strange attire. So that here you have to write strange attire. So what all you have to do is you have to see the underlined words and you have to understand what do those underlined words refer to in that particular extract, and you have to write the answer before the underlined words given with this question. If you write this much, you will get 4 mark. So the topic pronouns carries 4 mark in your examination. So I hope it is even easy for you. It is very easy concept. Anyone can score 4 out of 4 in second PUC examination. It is very easy concept. So I hope you also feel very easy, and let's take another example now. So I'll just read. Rivers continue to be a very important source of food. Apart from being a rich source of fish, they indirectly aid the agriculture, which is major occupation of people across the world. Farmers in dry regions where rains are scarce irrigate their cropland using water carried by irrigation canals from nearby rivers. So here you have 4 underlined words. The first one is they, which, where and there. So what you have to do is, now you have to see the underlined words and understand to which these words refer to. What do these underlined words refer to in this extract? And we have to write that here. So let's see. Rivers continue to be very important source of food. Apart from being a rich source of fish, they indirectly aid the agriculture. So here the word they refers to, you just try to answer. So here, what do this word they refers to? I hope you know the answer, but you can't answer here. I'll tell you the answer. They refers to the rivers. Rivers continue to be very important source of food. Apart from being a rich source of fish, they indirectly aid the agriculture. So the word they refers to the rivers. So here you have to write rivers. And the next one, which is a major occupation of people across the world. Which is the major source of occupation across the world? Agriculture. So that the word which refers to agriculture, you have to write agriculture. 2 marks in your pocket. And next, farmers in dry regions where rains are scarce. Farmers in dry regions where. So here the where is a relative pronoun. So now you can understand the underlined word where refers to dry regions. So here you have to write dry regions. Dry regions. So next, farmers in dry regions where rains are scarce irrigate their cropland using water carried by irrigation canals from nearby rivers. Now let's understand farmers in dry regions. So where refers to dry regions. Rains are scarce in dry region. Irrigate their cropland using the water carried by irrigation canals from nearby rivers. Now you can answer. Whose cropland? Yes, obviously farmers' cropland. Farmers irrigate their cropland using the canal water, canal irrigation water. So here the word there refers to farmers. If you just write farmers, now you will get 1 mark. So this is how you have to answer. But don't forget, you have to be very serious. When you answer, you need not write the whole sentence. Answer could be a word or a phrase. Okay, so please don't write the whole sentence associated with that particular word. You just write one word or a phrase, because answer could be a word or a phrase. So if you just answer like this, you will get 4 marks, 4 out of 4. So the topic pronouns carries 4 mark. You can definitely answer, because compared to other questions in your question paper, this is very easy and you can score 4 out of 4. So I hope every one of you have followed and understood this particular topic and how to answer this question. Let me stop this session here. Thank you.